guys. I hope you're doing well. It's me again. I just saw all of you 3 minutes ago. I don't know if I'm live right now. My usually when I go live, it says you're live, and it just didn't. But it says 11 people are watching, so I must be live. Maybe I don't do this enough. I don't know how to work this stuff yet. Maybe. What do you think? Oh, we got some great comments on that members only video. Lovely comments, great comments. They were really good. Hey, Brad, CJ. I hope some of you got some sleep today. I mean, at some point you really just have to go to sleep, go to bed. Whatever happens on YouTube happens on YouTube. Go to bed. I mean, yeah, I've seen all of you guys for hours and hours and hours. Lori, you better go to bed. All right, at least somebody just woke up. That's nice. Oh, look what I can do now. Yay. Wow, that was tough. Not being able to put any comments on the screen was a hardship for me. That's why I finally just put the chat over there. So I got some great news for people who live in Texas. You know, like maybe south of Houston, maybe. But I don't know where it is. Hold on, it's here. I got too many trials all over the place all of a sudden. I don't know why that would be. Don't worry, your microphone is fine. Give him a second. He'll unmute. Oh, some of you might not know. Sorry. I keep thinking everybody knows what I know. Okay. This is Miss Melina, and we've seen her many times. She is an old favorite. This is Colorado. This is actually in court. They hold court outdoors in Colorado for people who are homeless and people who don't want to come into the courthouse. They have warrants out. They don't want to come in front of a judge. So this is the prosecutor, and he's holding court outside to quash warrants and things like that. Not only that, but behind them, this is at the courthouse, are all different types of things to help. There's clothing, if someone needs clothing, food, if they need food stamps. They'll help you get your ID. They'll help you get a job. They'll help you get housing. They'll help you get education. So they'll help you with your court cases. They'll help you, whatever you need. They're there. They're there to help the community in any way they can. This is in Boulder, Colorado, right at the courthouse. And we've seen this lady a bunch of times. First, we saw her while she was locked up in jail. And Judge Khan, the judge we're going to see, and Christopher, hi, Christopher, if you don't remember, they don't want her in jail. They just don't. They want her out. They want her putting her life back together. But she wouldn't sign this freaking paper, so she just stayed in jail. She finally signed the paper and was let out of jail. But she really, really hates her probation officer. So they have her come once a week to court. And what they have been doing was if she comes, they've been dismissing a case. I think she had 15 last time they dismissed 2. So I think now she has 13 open cases. I'm not 100% sure because they don't show the tally marks to me. I don't know why. So she came this week again. And, I think she was expecting a little bit more than what she got. She swears a bit, guys.
And my daddy or use me for whatever stuff they wanted. I don't care. We're the ones for last week, the regular ones.
So we're on. We are on with the judge right now. Here's Judge Khan. So good morning again, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. Reynolds. Good morning, Miss Melina.
And so happy to see Veronica here this morning. And she's continuously keeping her end of the bargain by
That's the prosecutor. He's prosecuting her.
checking in. Offered to see if she wanted to talk to somebody from Europa, but perhaps not today. So she's here. We'd asked that all of her open cases just get reset for next week, and I think this is a good stabilizing.
I don't understand. Wait, I don't understand why didn't the fact that I'm show up be dismissing cases. I mean,
No, I don't, Miss. It's up to the prosecutors to decide what needs to be done for you to. You're going to have to listen for a moment.
Out of my mind right now. I have to go to the hospital when I get out. When I get out of this, because I don't feel good. Okay, and this is bullshit. And it aggravates me. Like the people that were here last week, where are they? You know what I saw at DIA?
So
Their Southwest airline people. What are they doing here for $10? I know because I saw them.
let's focus on your.
Father, you have some explaining to do. They have airline pilots pretending to be lawyers. Can you please talk to some of your airline pilots and tell them to knock it off? She saw them.
Cases. Let's see if we can focus on yours.
I want to go to Texas. I need to go to Texas.
What we'll do is,
Miss Melina, you and I have had some conversations while you're in jail. Nobody wants that for you. But that's why you have to keep coming back and find a way to resolve your cases. If you don't find a way to resolve them, you're going to end up in jail.
How am I going to resolve them?
By working with Mr. Reynolds.
I come here every week, Your Honor. I do what I'm told. He told me all I have to do is come over here.
No, I don't think that's what he said to you. I think he said to you, you got to come and then do some steps towards stability. There's a difference between just coming.
That's not, but I got it in Texas. So if I got it in Texas, can I leave? I got my own house in Texas. I can stay in Texas. I can come here every week.
You and Mr. Reynolds can discuss that. I think that is a good step towards stability. If you had a place to go, that wouldn't be a bad thing.
Stay in Texas, so I can come here every week if I need to. On the plane, 8 hours, boom. I can be in and out. I have a place to stay in Texas. I got my dad's property.
if you got it,
I'm gonna let Mr. Reynolds discuss the options that are available to you on your cases. I just want to stress for you. You and I've had so many conversations with you in jail, and I don't want that for you. But understand that when you pick up tickets,
Hey, Your Honor.
I'm sorry.
I have a place to stay in Texas.
Okay.
I mean, it's not like I can't do what I need to do out there that I'm not doing here. At least I'm stabilized and I'll be over there and I have a house.
Why
I got
don't you and Mr. Reynolds discuss what happens if you were to make it to Texas and show him that you were there in Texas? Why don't you discuss what that might look like? But that has to happen to his satisfaction as the prosecutor, for him to ask me to dismiss a charge. He needs to be comfortable to dismiss a charge that there's some level of stability that you're working towards or that you achieve.
I mean, that's what it is. It's not like I don't have anywhere to go in Texas. I do. I have my dad's house. My dad passed away and I have his house now.
Okay.
So I have a place. Winter's going to be here. I need to be somewhere and it's a cute little place. It's paid
She won't break any propellers.
for, rent, lights, everything's paid for. I don't have to worry about a damn thing. I can come over here every week.
what
Just please, Your Honor, let me leave already. Let me go already.
Well, why don't you discuss that with Mr. Reynolds? I'm not requiring that you be in town. I'm requiring that you deal with your cases in some manner. Okay, and that results, if you don't deal with your cases, you could end up with a warrant. But why don't you and Mr. Reynolds have some follow-up conversation? Would that make sense, Chris?
That's what the whole thing was about, was for me to just look to work for getting my own place. Okay, I got my own place. Now, can we start discussing some cases?
we'll talk about that, okay?
Now, all I want to do is go back to my dad's. They don't want me here. I don't want to be here. And I can go back to my dad's.
But you are right that the weather is going to change, and I want you to be thinking about what you're going to do. The last time you were here, you were talking about getting a reserved bed at the shelter.
Yeah, October 1st. And that's still open. But I'd rather just be at my dad's.
Okay.
And I'll come here every week. I mean, it's not
Okay.
gonna bother me any.
For right now, we're going to reset all of your cases for next week and we can address that. If you make a plan to go to your dad's, you can discuss that with Mr.
No,
Reynolds.
Will, right, from Focus? Yeah, he said he's about to take you somewhere. Where is that? Okay. I'll have a conversation with her offline, but thank you very much, Your Honor, and
Okay.
Veronica for participating this morning. And I'll go connect you with Will and maybe we can just talk about what you're discussing with Texas, okay? All right.
Thank you.
All right.
Hang in there. And Miss Melina, just for your information, take your time on uploading those face sheets. I can deal with those after the docket.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Chris.
I think it's such a good idea. I just think it's, really, really swell of them. I think I want to do this one first, but I don't know. So let's do it.
Form Zoom from Dooley State Prison. And Mr. Chapman, I don't know that you've had a chance to speak to anybody, but the only item of business today is to advise you of the charges that are filed against you and get your not guilty plea entered. You understand everything so far?
Yes, sir. I've actually talked to Ashton McLaughlin. We have a plea deal, if I'm not mistaken, already negotiated. I get out on the 25th of next week. So I'm just trying to make sure that this is resolved today. That's what I'm under the impression of.
Are you talking about a plea today, Mr. McLaughlin?
Yes, sir. It's been moved like a 5-1 with credit for time served from January 9th, 2019 to January 9th of 2022. So that's time served. And
Mr. Chapman.
I'm going to go ahead and plea out.
Oh,
Those Georgia judges love whistling people. Did you ever notice that?
hold on, Mr. Chapman. Take a breath. Everything's fine. Mr. McLaughlin,
Yes,
you
sir.
probably can't see him. Raise your hand there, Mr. McLaughlin.
I see he's right there behind the lady.
There we go. He's got it under control, Mr. Chapman. All right, Mr. McLaughlin, tell me your understanding of the status of this case.
Your Honor, Mr. Chapman's been wanting to resolve his case now for well over a year. We've attempted to do it one time over here before, I believe by Zoom, but had technical difficulties. But
Are
we
you
can
ready to do it now?
resolve the case at some point if you'll let me do the paperwork to do
Okay.
that.
All right. That's fine with me. I mean, we do it all by Zoom, but you're not ready to do it today, though.
You want now?
Are you ready to do it now, or you just want to reschedule?
If you could give me just a second, I could do it.
Okay, well, Mr. Chapman, just stand by. I'll let Mr. McLaughlin
Yes,
get
sir.
the paperwork together. We'll come back to you. So
And I'm
hold
sorry,
that
y'all.
I just want to make sure he knows, though, my release date is 25th of this month. So I'm trying to make sure
I know.
the paperwork is taken care of.
We heard you, Mr.
I know.
Chapman. Just be patient. We'll come back to you. All
Yes,
right,
sir.
next is physician number 11.
Chucks and cherries. Hi, we saw you earlier. Fozzie told me. Fozzie reminded me. We all wanted to make sure you're included in today's stream. A lurker. Guys, a lurker.
What we say it's going to be, I understand 100%. We've talked plenty.
Very good, Mr. Chapman. I understand.
Not even a lurker, a replay crew, because it's 4:30 in the morning, so everybody's asleep. So we have a whole bunch of people on replay crew that never get to see it live. And they came in today. They came out today, and we're going to include them as much as we can.
We're just doing this kind of quick. Nobody expected it to happen today. I just want to make sure you understand you cannot be forced to do this today. Do you
I
understand
can't
that?
afford a KitchenAid mixer. I'm not bougie.
Very good. Do you have any objections about anything that's happened up to this point, Mr. Chapman?
You know, everyone's been great. I appreciate all y'all.
All right. Is this your
Last time I bought a mixer, it came from a green stamp book.
free and voluntary plea?
It is.
Has anyone threatened you or frightened you to force you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
Other than this plea recommendation, has anyone promised you anything to get you to plead guilty today?
None whatsoever.
Are you under the influence today of any intoxicants like alcohol, drugs, narcotics, or prescription medications?
No, sir, I'm not.
Is your mind clear today?
It is.
Do you know where you are and what you are doing?
I'm going to do state prison. Yes, sir.
All right, very good. Thank you, sir. And do you have any objections to doing this guilty plea via Zoom and giving Mr. McLaughlin permission to sign your name? Is that with your agreement, sir?
Yes, sir. 100%.
All right, can you read and write?
Yes, sir, I can.
Do you have any questions at all about anything that has happened up to this point?
No, so I was just wondering if the bench won't be taken care of. That's about it.
Yes, sir. That's the last thing on my list. All right. Court does advise you that if you are not a United States citizen, a guilty plea will affect your immigration status. Mr. Chapman, in case number 22CR03W, are you pleading guilty to count 1, theft by taking, because you are in fact guilty?
Yes, sir. I am.
In case number 18CR, hold on here. Well, I lost it. Hold on. What did it say that number was? I lost it. Oh, here we go. 18CR105. Are you pleading guilty to count 2, which is misdemeanor obstruction, count 3, reckless driving, and count 4, improper headlights, because you are in fact guilty?
Yes, sir.
All right. Has this plea been entered, Mr. McLaughlin?
It has, Your Honor. May I put some on the record?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Chapman, with your express permission, I have executed your guilty pleas in both of these cases to the counts that are enumerated. I've also stipulated the factual basis for these pleas with the state, who has been gracious enough to do this, even though they didn't have to today. Additionally, with your express permission, I'm about to sign your probation conditions under the condition that you promise upon 24 hours of your release, which means if you get released on Friday at 5 o'clock, you'll be down there sometime in the neighborhood at 9 o'clock Monday morning, that you will report to probation in this circuit in Telfair County at the old state patrol office out there on
No, he
Highway
can't.
341. Are you going to do that?
I'm gonna need. It's going to need to be transferred to Cedartown, which is Polk County. I've got, the other counties I got to report to that same day as well.
Okay. You're going to be busy, Mr. Chapman.
You're going to be
do all that,
busy,
but you gotta-
Mr. Chapman.
Well, I need you to at least contact probation and get instructions
Yes, sir.
from him of what to do.
Yeah, usually when you get released from prison, they tell you like whichever parole address you use, that's where you got to report to. So it'll be all the same thing. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, well, Miss McCrim is real mean, so you gonna need,
Yes, sir.
I want you to call her. I don't care
I
if
will.
they tell you to call, you gotta call her.
Well, you got a number for that?
We'll get it to you, Mr. Chapman. We'll get it to you.
Yes, sir.
All right. Anything else from the state?
Your Honor, I just want to go back over it as to the case that's on the arraignment calendar. From my understanding, to be 5 years with 1 year to serve. He'd received that credit for time served already. Have drug and alcohol, Fourth Amendment waiver, no contact with the victim. There's a $500 fine and restitution of $2,000. Is that correct?
You understand all that, Mr. Chapman?
I do.
And as to the other case, Your Honor, the one that was on the dead docket, he is pleading to counts 2, 3, and 4, which are misdemeanors. They all carry 12 months incarcerated. We're asking for 1 year to serve on that. He's getting credit for time served on that and asking the court to null pros count 1.
All right. You got any questions, Mr. Chapman?
No.
All right. That will be the sentence of the court. The court finds the plea has been freely and voluntarily entered. There is a factual basis for the plea, and the court will accept the plea in both cases and the sentence recommendation. In 22CR and 030, as was stated, it'll be a total of 5 years, 1 year minimum to serve, credit time served, balance on probation, $500 fine plus the add-ons, restitution of $2,000, Fourth Amendment waiver, habeas corpus. Mr. Chapman, you have a period of 4 years to file a habeas corpus petition from the date this sentence becomes final. 30 days to file a notice of appeal or a motion for new trial. And do you possess a concealed carry permit for a firearm, Mr. Chapman?
Yes, sir.
And of course, no contact with the named victim. And Mr. Chapman, you will need to make arrangements to get in contact with the probation officer, and somebody will
Yes, sir.
get the number to you through this link somehow or another.
Um,
That will conclude the business for today, Mr. Chapman. Yes, sir. You got another question?
Actually, can you like is there an email address you can send that to? Like a wrap up with instructions, all that stuff. You can email her, or can you call this number real fast? That way we can
I didn't quite.
get like some kind of paperwork or whatever.
Oh, you mean get it sent to you? Yeah, it'll.
Yeah.
There's a portal.
She's got a number that's the lady right here that he can call. I can just talk to him about it. No, I'm not doing it over your court cameras.
We'll take care of that, Mr. Chapman. We'll get it to you.
Can I tell him one more thing real
Yeah.
fast? Mr. Chapman, do you have a pen and paper right there in front of you?
I do, yeah.
All right, I want you to write down this number.
Okay.
I hate to announce this out loud in the courtroom.
I got you.
229
Don't worry.
Yes, sir.
8,
I knew I got him.
and then I want you to write down this number.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You call that number and ask for Miss McCrimmon before you put on your sneakers and leave anywhere that they give you your clothes back.
Yes, sir.
That's
Thank
not
you.
Georgia.
All right, Mr. Chapman,
That
that
sounds
concludes
more
your
like
business. You are
Louisiana.
excused and you can terminate the connection there at Dooley. Thank you all.
That's Georgia. So we're all about accents today, guys. I'm telling you, we got some good Kentucky accents coming. I don't even know what the trial's about or the hearing or whatever it is. The accents are just so good. Okay. But I got another short one from this guy here.
Form Zoom from Dooley State Prison.
I thought that first guy was toast because as soon as the judge asked him one question, he started telling the judge what he's supposed to do. I get 15 months, I get credit for time served, this gets dismissed, this gets dismissed. So the judge whistles at him, but I thought he was toast because you don't tell a judge what to do.
And Mr. Chapman, I don't know that you've had a chance to speak to anybody, but the only item of business today is to advise you of the charges that are filed against you and get your not guilty plea entered. You understand everything so far?
Yes, sir. I've actually talked to,
Never mind. Never mind. What I thought was the next clip is actually the first clip again, but I have another one. I'll just do it tomorrow. It's not a big deal. So this is it right
So
here.
appears to us via Zoom today. Ms. Johnson, you are on my calendar today for arraignment, which means to advise you of the charge and get your not guilty plea entered. I see Mr. McLaughlin from the Public Defender's Office is here. Ms. Johnson, do you have any objection to Mr. McLaughlin entering a not guilty plea on your behalf?
No, sir. I was under the.
I'll do her tomorrow. She's too loud. Man. Okay. It's all good. I got way more. So if anybody saw today my live stream for members only, or yesterday's stream where we had the hostile witness where the judge was telling her to stop making faces. For some reason, when I had everything together during my live stream today and yesterday, I missed the verdict. So I just said what the verdict was. It's real quick. I have the verdict here. I know that says 6 hours, but don't worry, the verdict is really quick. That's a wedding. They're doing a wedding in the middle of this trial, and I just thought that was so sweet. Anyway,
Yes, question number 4, was filed it?
that's it. That was the verdict.
Committed insurance fraud.
That's it.
Yes, question number 4, was Megan in?
True. Donald, you are spitting out great advice. Who doesn't like cake? Oh, Fozzie. Never mind. Martha, hi. Come on, Judge.
He has a verdict.
There.
If they want to stay and talk with you all, do you want them to do that, or do you want to just let them go?
We'd like that.
Just the lawyers.
Yeah, I'll probably talk to him.
Okay, if they, I will, Once we get the verdict, they'll go back to the jury room. I'll talk to them and I'll ask them. But just stay here and then I'll let you know. Okay? Thank you. Okay.
All right, for the jury.
Now I have scallop dresses, scallop cookies, scallop potatoes, scallops, perfectly seared.
Okay, be seated. Has the jury reached a verdict?
Yes, sir.
Would you please stand to the bailiff? Oh, I need. They're, okay, to answer question number one, did Brooks Construction Company LLC fail to comply with the agreement? The answer is no. Question number two, did Megan Venegas and Louis Venegas fail to comply with the agreement? The answer is yes. They did not answer question number three. The answer to question number four, was Megan and Louis Venegas' failure to comply excused? The answer was no. They did not answer question five. Question six, what sum of money, if now paid in cash, would fairly reasonably compensate Brooks Construction LLC for its damages? The answer is $35,364.01. $35,364.01. Question number seven, they did not answer. Question eight, did Brooks Construction Group LLC perform compensable work? The answer to that is yes. Nine, the number is $28,291.21. $28,291.21. Answer question number 10. Did Brooks Construction fail to perform construction services in a good and workmanlike manner? The answer to that is no. Question 11, they did not answer. Question 12, did Brooks Construction Group engage in any false, misleading, or deceptive act or practice? The answer to that question is no. Question number 13, engage in any unconscionable action or course of action? The answer to that question is no. Question number 14, they did not answer. Question number 15, they did not answer. Question 16, they did not answer. 17, they did not answer. 18, they did not answer. 19, did Brooks Construction Group's construction work on defendant's residence contain construction defects? The answer to that question is no. 20, they did not answer. 21 was Trey Brooks' statement that Megan Venegas has committed insurance fraud, defamation per se. The answer to that question is no. The answer to 22 is no.
What is 22?
They answered no.
What is the question?
Was the statement true or substantially true that Megan Venegas committed insurance fraud? Okay, hold on. The answer to question 23 is not answered. And then it was signed by 11 of the 12. We have you all recess for a second. I'll be right back.
All right, jury.
Scallop potatoes are just like not super thin, but thin circles. And then, they're cooked in something. People use cheese, people use milk, people use
Okay,
bacon,
let's see.
people use
I
ham.
guess it's
They're
fine.
scallop
I was
potatoes.
misreading it here. Question 21 is committed insurance fraud, defamation per se, the answer is no.
No insurance fraud.
We had them answer 22 anyway.
Didn't answer 22?
They did, they said no.
What was 22?
That's fine. You can say
Was the
that.
statement true or substantially true that Venegas committed insurance fraud?
And then what's the last one, 23?
22 is no. They did answer 23.
They have to
CJ,
award
we know what
non-damages,
shallots
right?
are over here.
No, because the answer 21 was no.
Okay. So they didn't find insurance fraud, but they didn't find defamation either.
They didn't find defamation per se, they did not find insurance fraud.
Okay.
Which I think is not, I think that's fine.
I think it makes perfect sense. That if they don't find liable per se, they don't even need to answer about truthfulness, but they did, so.
Well, they did. It's frankly kind of best of both. I mean, it's you both won in their way in that question to some degree, right?
Live docket. I'm getting ready to lose one of my witnesses that been up here. Carmelo versus Kenneth Pulliam. Did Mr. Bell get hold of the Marion County Jail? There he is. Hey, Judge, they told me they were there in Mark Kenneth Law.
Stupid mute button.
Next, then.
This is Kentucky.
Commonwealth versus Kenneth Pulliam. Here's your CR 0089. Are you Kenneth Pulliam? Yes, sir. Born in 1973.
No defamation of character, no insurance fraud. The jury found them both in favor, but they get paid a little. She has to pay them some money for the work that they did.
Yes, class 42, Social Security number 3449. It's your probation or in case what does it come? What have to say? Just tell me what the charges are first.
Your Honor, he has 3 years sentence on DUI 4. If he served 120 days like he was supposed to. And then of February 29th of 2024, he got arrested and got a slew of charges, including operating with no interlock device, failure to surrender operator's license, fictitious license. And that's the reason I've got the state police.
You want to stipulate to that?
No.
Okay, who's the
The Trooper Phillips and Trooper Walters are both on.
Have y'all raised your right hand, troopers?
Fourth DUI charge they're happy with. There's a different charge this guy got that has the lawyer's panties in a bunch.
I see one trooper there, Phillips.
Trooper Walters, Tyler Law. I see your name, but I don't see him turning his camera.
I'm trying to turn my camera on now.
Baker, are you involved in this case? Baker's involved in it too.
Yeah, that'd be right. Yes.
Since Fozzie likes stories, during my stream, I made dinner. Okay. And then something happened to me that I didn't think would ever happen to me. I mean, I know it happens to other people. I didn't think it would ever personally happen to me. And it was terrible and wonderful. It was wonderful, but that's what made it so terrible. Let me tell you what happened during my stream. I made dinner and it really was delicious. It was very good. So I ate it all. It was just tasted so good. I ate it all. Well, my son just got a job at a steakhouse. Okay. He's been working maybe a total of 4 days at this steakhouse. So I ate my whole plate of dinner I don't know, 30, 40 minutes later, my son comes home from work and I have dinner ready. And this little boy hands me steak, potatoes, and a broccoli cheddar something or another from Longhorn Steakhouse. A full T-bone steak. A full T-bone steak and potatoes. That but I had just eaten dinner. I had I never knew in my whole life that my son was going to bring me food. I never thought in a million years that my son would bring me dinner. And then it happened. But I can't eat that crap after I ate my dinner. My dinner was really, 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 really good. Um, but if he would have, I don't know, Mom, you ain't got to cook nothing tonight. I'm gonna bring you home some dinner. That's all he had to say. But he didn't. But that's all right because I'm about to be hungry, so I have it ready. Because I ate dinner during my stream, which was hours ago. Now I'm never gonna cook dinner again. Hopefully, he brings me dinner every night.
Michelle Baker's also involved.
Michelle Baker, okay, y'all all three raise your right hand, you swear the testimony about to give us the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
Oh, yeah.
I do.
Which one you gonna call first?
Call Trooper Phillips, yours.
Now we got some accents, guys. Here we go.
Could you state your name, please?
Trooper Hayden Phillips.
Trooper Phillips, what jurisdiction do you usually patrol?
The Barronhart and Edmondson area of Kentucky State Police Post 3 at Bowling Green.
Okay. I want to ask you about an incident that occurred in February.
What did he say? Doesn't matter.
This year involving Kenneth Pulliam. You recall that?
Yes, sir, I do.
And what date was that?
It was. Give me just a second. I'll be able to tell you. 6/29 of 2024.
Okay. And you tell the court what happened, the reason you engaged with Mr. Pulliam.
Yes, sir. Trooper Walters and people driving on Keno Road in the Barron County community. Upon the initial observation, Trooper Walters had attempted to perform a registration check through NCIC, but there was no vehicle found under that plate number at that time. Trooper Walters and I observed the vehicle pull into a driveway and turn its headlights off. At that time, we had turned around and observed the operator exiting the vehicle by the roadway. At that time, we made contact with the male operator. He was identified as Kenneth Pulliam. It was found that the vehicle was title only and that the operator had no insurance or valid registration. It was also found that the operator had produced a fictitious operator's license that was suspended. That was confirmed through Bowling Green Post. And the suspended license was restricted to an interlock device, although the vehicle that he was operating at the time had no interlock device installed in it.
Okay.
You're just
Now, this
making
is something
stuff
I wanted
up.
to clarify with you. He produced a driver's license. Is that correct?
That is correct.
And you say it's fictitious. Why are you saying it's fictitious?
When they're suspended, they're to do surrendered to the courts.
I miss
If
legal
not,
fiction
then
all of a
if they
sudden.
produce that after they're suspended, then it's a fictitious operator's license.
Okay. Okay. And he was eligible for a license with an interlock device, but he wouldn't. But did he produce that?
No, sir, he did not.
Okay. And there was no
Why don't you
interlock
just say
device on the
sweater?
vehicle.
There was not.
Okay. Did he make any statements or anything about his license at the time to you when he was stopped?
I don't recall exactly what he had said.
Okay. I don't have any other questions for this witness.
Trooper Ryan
A
Roby here
sweater.
on behalf of the defendant.
Not onesie like
Whenever
we
you
know it.
stopped him and asked him for his ID, he did not hand you that driver's license, correct?
I would have to go back and see if he handed it to me at that time or not. I don't have my camera footage in front of me.
Okay. Do you recall that
You're
after you
lying.
searched him, you got his billfold and you found it in his wallet at that point? Does that ring a bell?
I'd have to go back and review the video.
Okay, so as you testify here today, you don't remember what happened?
That's correct.
The license he had in his billfold, that was his actual state issued driver's license, correct?
That's correct.
Not one that he printed or made up himself.
That's correct.
Do you have any certified records from the Department of Transportation saying that he should have had an ignition interlock device in his vehicle?
Through the NCIC, which is the national database, it stated that he was restricted to an interlock.
In your experience, those things can be incorrect, right?
That would be between the courts and the national database.
As you're testifying here today, do you have any documentation?
I do not have documentation that it was said restricted to an interlock.
Nothing further, Judge.
You have another witness. Can this witness be?
He can be excused, yeah.
Trooper, you can be excused, call you this witness.
I call Trooper Walters, I'm sorry.
Well.
Yes,
Why?
Yeah, Trooper Walters, you just heard Trooper Phillips testify. Do you have any different recollection on any of this?
That's a jumper. That's
No,
what a
sir, not
jumper
that I
is.
can recall of anything.
Mr. Roby asked a while ago about the driver's license. Do you remember how that was retrieved?
To the best of my knowledge, I just recall speaking with Mr. Fulham, and he first stated, I believe, that he did not have a driver's license or an ID on him. And I believe that it was later, once he was under arrest and we were searching his persons, whenever we located the ID in his wallet.
So when you asked him to produce a valid driver's license, he could not.
That's correct. It's the best I can recall.
I have nothing further, Your Honor.
You have any questions, just true.
No, Judge.
You may be released. Now you're third witness.
Call Miss Baker.
Officer Baker, you've been previously sworn. You may inquire.
Miss Baker, how long have you been supervising Mr. Pulliam?
I took over his supervision in April of 2023.
Okay, has he had any violations during that time?
Other than, I believe the only other supervision violation he has is he had a positive drug test for marijuana.
And that'd been in February 29th of this year.
That is correct, sir.
Now, are you aware of his driver's license situation?
To the best of my knowledge, I was under the impression the entire time I've been
There's a
supervising
thong.
him that he has had a suspended
Bossy.
driver's license.
Thong.
He has reported to me that it was a mistake with the DMV, but I told him that is between him and the DMV and that he needs to get it corrected before he's allowed to operate a vehicle. He knows he's not allowed to drive.
Okay, nothing further.
You want to apply?
No, Judge.
You may be released. You may be.
I have no other
Jumpers or
witness.
pants?
You want to make your statement?
Your Honor, all we know is in this case is that Mr. Pulliam was operating a vehicle. He's had a DUI fourth. He had a couple in a 2-year period, and he's not allowed to drive a vehicle. Thankfully, he wasn't impaired or anything. But if he's eligible for interlock device, he should have it. He needs to comply with the law just like anybody else, especially after you've had that many DUIs.
Judge, on behalf of Mr. Pulliam,
Dressy is and not
Mr. Stockton
casual
says we know he's
dress.
supposed to, he's not allowed to drive a vehicle. I don't know that. The officers didn't produce any evidence to that effect. Probation officer said it was her
You said
impression.
we today, you wanted to produce a valid driver's license.
I don't believe he can get one right now, Judge.
Well, then he doesn't, you drive without one, right?
I think that would shift the burden to the defendant. It's Commonwealth's motion.
And you say he doesn't have one.
We've had 3 witnesses say he didn't have it.
There's a difference between being suspended and DUI suspended and requiring ignition interlock device being suspended. I don't believe Mr. Pulliam has a valid driver's license.
That's what he's accused of, is driving without a valid driver's license.
Well, the more serious charge is they've charged him with producing a fictitious driver's license and stuff like that.
If you were looking at chat and you missed everything, because it's about to get real good. This guy has had 4 DUIs, 4 DUIs, 4. He got pulled over driving. I'm not 100% sure, but I think he had a taillight out. I mean, a headlight out. So listen, if you're going to break the law, don't break the law. So he got pulled over. Car was not registered, was not inspected, and he had no driver's license. And he had no ID. So when they were arresting him, they wanted ID. He had none. Then they looked in his wallet and they found his driver's license. Okay. He did not give them his driver's license and pretend that it was a good driver's license. They looked in his wallet, they found his driver's license. Well, his driver's license is suspended because he has 4 DUIs. He's allowed to get a driver's license, believe it or not, if he has an ignition interlock. Okay. Which he does not. So when your driver's license gets suspended, you have to turn it in. You have to take your physical card and surrender it. He did not surrender it. Nobody actually surrenders it. He kept it. And when the police pulled him over, they found this ID, which they busted him for a fictitious driver's license because it's no longer valid and he was supposed to turn it in. Therefore, it's now a fictitious driver's license. This lawyer is not upset about the 4 DUIs, not upset about driving, no interlock, no insurance, no registration, no driver's license. He doesn't care about any of those. What is bothering this lawyer is that this is not a fictitious ID because the state actually gave him this at one point. So he's arguing that there should not be a fictitious driver's license charge. And now it gets better. Or this guy is not happy right now. That's all I can tell you.
The one Trooper Walters recalled that
You can argue that point then. You think that there's not sufficient evidence to move forward on that?
sure, absolutely. He didn't produce the driver's license first off, and the driver's license he did produce was a state issued driver's license.
Well, they explain that. You have one that's suspended and present it or have it as fictitious. Your argument is he didn't present it. You told him he didn't have it, and then they found it on him.
Correct. He didn't present it, and I don't believe the troopers are correct that if your license is
I wouldn't
suspended,
know because your client want to testify.
but my client doesn't know the law.
I'm just asking. He's like cabbaging in and trying to say stuff about it. Maybe you ought to let him testify.
Judge, the issue is he has pending case in Barron County on this charge. That's still pending, and I'm not his attorney there. I don't feel right having him waive his proof.
Good job, lawyer.
I'm
Good job.
testify now. It's up to you if you'd like to testify.
Go to your daughter. Well,
And if
I'm not going to force him to testify. He's got a right not to testify.
Judge, what I would ask is that the court let the court system play this out in Barron County, pass him out. He has court in 2 weeks in Barron County. We come next week. We could come back and see what happened in Barron County. If all these charges are dismissed or otherwise handled over there, I think that would advise.
Well, I'll just tell you that if he's got a 4th DUI and he's driving without a driver's license, that's enough for me. I'll just tell you that right now. Because having the people who are habitual, people who drive on while intoxicated 4 times, it's a felony. So I'll be glad to put it off, till next month. But I'm gonna tell you that when he comes over here next month, even if those cases are dismissed some way, he's gonna have to prove to me they've met their burden of proof.
Understood.
Okay. So I will put this off to October 24th, 9 a.m.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Judge. You just destroyed us in one sentence, but thank you. So the judge is like, sure, I'll give you a couple more weeks, no problem. However, he's going to jail. This is a felony and he's going to jail. Look, he already assumed the position. He knows he's going to jail. And someone with a 4th DUI should absolutely be in jail. Okay. I think that's it. I think that's it. We're going to go to Judge Fleischer now. And it feels like a while since we've been to Judge Fleischer together. but I don't think that's true, right? Were we there yesterday? Anyway, there he is. I'm going to put you guys on the other side today. Up here. Wow, Victoria looks weird. All right. Let's start with the first contestant on The Price is Right. Oh, there is somebody.
Is it Dennis's last name?
Yes. Hi, Stephen. I heard Victoria.
Good morning, Ms. Dennis. Ma'am, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing 6 months in jail and a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present if you cannot afford one. One will be appointed to you.
On September 12, 2024, officers observed a vehicle blocking a moving lane of traffic at the 13600 block of Katy Freeway North Service Road in Harris County, Texas. The vehicle was turned off, had no lights, and was in the rightmost lane and was at a high risk of being hit by other drivers due to it being nighttime with no street lights in the area. Officers observed the vehicle had no front driver's side tire, and the wheel itself was ground down from driving on the road with no tire. The defendant was in the driver's seat and was the only occupant of the vehicle. The key fob was in the center console. The defendant was crying and saying how she was sorry and saying she is drunk. The defendant said she was driving from a bar and was on her way home. The defendant did not know the name of the bar, and the defendant said she did not know what happened to the tire. Officers observed a strong odor of an alcoholic beverage, slurred speech, glossy bloodshot eyes, very poor balance, and the defendant continued to grab on
Linus has no commitment issues, guys. None. Zero.
the officer's arms for balance. The defendant continuously cried, saying that she was sorry, that she was extremely drunk, wants to go home, and that her mother is on the way to get her. As standard field sobriety tests were administered, HGN 6 out of 6, the defendant had extreme difficulty following instructions for keeping her neck still during the HGN. Walk and turn was 7 out of 8, and one leg stand was 4 out of 4. On the way to JPC, the defendant urinated inside the patrol vehicle and outside the patrol vehicle once she exited the vehicle. The defendant refused to provide a sample. A blood search warrant was obtained and executed.
Ms. Dennis, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. Do you have a Texas driver license, ma'am?
Terry, I just got done playing Kentucky for you. The accents were awesome. I wish I could hear you and Nan talk together.
Do you have valid liability insurance in your name?
Yes, I do.
I am ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol, I will put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds. Do you understand?
Yes.
Can you look, guys, see any prior DWIs, any other criminal history that's anything concerning? No? Okay. How old are you, Miss Dennis? What do you do for a living?
I'm a hostess.
Where at?
Grillia.
Okay.
Where?
Are you in school or just, did you want to apply for an appointed lawyer, man?
Did I?
You want to apply for one or are you going to go hire a lawyer?
Probably go hire one.
Okay. Do it quick. Don't wait because there's a lot of timing requirements with the DWI. So don't sit there and wait a month or 2 months because you're only hurting yourself. For now, I'm going to have you go to Victoria, sign a reset. After that, you'll get with Rachel for your bond conditions and then you're free to go. You will be randomly tested. Don't consume alcohol. Don't use any dope. Otherwise, you're going to be spending a lot of time with them. Do you understand
Does the judge have another
Okay,
bracelet
good
on?
luck.
A new one? An additional one, I mean?
All right, Judge, next is page 10. Drew, come on up. Go ahead and sign for yourself.
Is it Jared?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Drew, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain, or you have the right to have an attorney present during questions and interviews. If you cannot afford a lawyer will be appointed to represent you, sir.
Yes, Judge. On September 10th, 2024, in Harris County, Texas, officer was dispatched to a scene where the witness stated she was driving northbound on the 2500 block of Scott Street when she observed a tan pickup truck stopped at the roadway in lane number 2. The witness stated that when she pulled up on the side of the vehicle, she observed the vehicle running with the driver asleep behind the wheel. The witness stated she attempted to wake him up first by knocking on the window. that the defendant did not wake up, so she opened the door and poked him with a water bottle in an effort to wake him up, but stated he remained asleep. Witness stated she then called the fire department once she saw that he wasn't waking up. After Houston Fire Department completed a medical assessment of the defendant, the officer began his investigation. While speaking with the defendant, the officer immediately detected a moderate odor of an alcoholic beverage emanating from his person. During the inventory search of the vehicle, the officer discovered a small baggie of what appeared to be powdered cocaine on the passenger seat. Further search revealed 2 additional small baggies of powdered cocaine on the driver's side floorboard. Officer then conducted the standard field sobriety test, HGN 6 out of 6, walk and turn 2 out of 8, and a 1-leg stand score of 4 out of 4. The defendant was detained and was read the DIC. The defendant consented to a breath sample and blew 0.91 and 0.94. The powder cocaine.
09. He'd be dead. Right, 0.09?
Wait, it says 0.94, but I believe it was typo. So yes,
Yeah, it's gotta be point.
Yes.
Otherwise he'd be dead.
And the powder cocaine weighed approximately 0.64 grams. The described 3 small baggies contained 0.08 grams, each totaling 0.24 grams.
Okay. Do you mind checking to see if he has any prior DWIs? Mr. Drew? Mr. Drew, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm now sending you for a drug test. I want to know what, if anything, is in your system. I'm going to have you come back and then we'll talk about your lawyer situation. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're using cocaine, I'm going to put you in the jail and I'm going to put you in a rehab facility. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Do you have a Texas driver license?
Yes, sir.
Do you have liability insurance in your name?
Yes, sir.
Can you also run his license, please?
Yes, sir. There's no prior DWIs.
Got it. Okay, so I'm sending you now for a drug test. You must come back and then we'll get you with the rest of your bond conditions, sir.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna have you sign a reset and then we'll send you down.
All right, Judge, next is
He's eligible, Your Honor.
Great, thank you.
page 18, Lopez, come on up.
Is it Gilmer Lope? Do you speak English?
No.
Spanish? It's okay. Just toma asiento, por favor.
Next, Judge, is page 24, Rodriguez.
Rodriguez Cavazos. Is that it?
No, we have another one. Getting Rodriguez in the back. The next one is page.
Facebook update time real quick since we're in Fleischer's courtroom. He's up to 200 posts, 200 comments on this post. I don't know if the last one, have fun being unemployed, you joke, is for Judge Fleischer or is for this crazy person who keeps texting him. This crazy woman. I'm not pressing that. No one can make me play that video because we saw her page before. She's out there. But I think that the very last reply sent to Judge Fleischer on his Facebook page was about him. A terrible message about him. Oh, I went to college for this. So, I mean, he's not my hun. Whoops. Well, that's embarrassing. There we go. There we go. So if anybody wants to leave him another nice message, you go for it. You go for it.
Page 28, Thompson, come on up.
Donald, I want you to meet Kelly. I do. I just want you and Miss Kelly to be in the same room together.
William Michael Thompson? Yes, sir. Sir, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing 6 months in jail. Sorry, is it Class A? You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present during questions and interviews with the state of Texas. If you cannot afford a lawyer, who will be appointed to represent you, sir?
Judge. On September 12th, 2024, officer was traveling westbound on the South Sam Houston Parkway, a public roadway in Harris County, Texas, when the officer observed a stopped car in the third moving lane of traffic with its lights off. The officer found the driver to be asleep in the driver's seat and made contact with the driver, waking him up with his flashlight. The officer observed him to be confused, unable to unlock his door, and upon opening the door, the officer observed glassy eyes, slurred speech, and the odor of an alcoholic beverage emitting from the defendant's person. The defendant admitted to coming from a party where he had been drinking. The officer detained the defendant and relocated the scene to a nearby parking lot for scene safety. The defendant consented to standard field sobriety test, HGN 6 out of 6, walk and turn 8 out of 8, one leg stand 3 out of 4. Defendant was read the DIC and consented to breath. The defendant blew a 0.167 and a 0.168. Defendant found to be on bond for DWI out of Fort Bend County from 2024.
He's on bond right now for another DWI.
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, hell no.
Lee, Your Honor, it looks like it may have been disposed. I'll check.
Please.
There's no disposition known in the NTSC, so I don't know. It's just open. I can see if the law can find out.
Is your DWI currently open in Montgomery County?
Or in Fort Bend County.
Or Fort Bend County? Yes.
Oh, listen, Fozzie has cash. Let me tell you. All he's got to do is recycle his cans for scrap. He'd be freaking rich.
They gave you a PR bond in this case. I'm taking away your PR bond, sir. I'm taking you into custody now. And I'm going to tell you now, I'm taking away your privilege to drive and I'm giving you a curfew so you're not out in the middle of the night, and I'm going to put an ankle monitor on you. If I find that you're out in the middle of the night or you consume alcohol, I will have a contempt hearing. You'll be facing an additional 6 months in jail and a $500 fine every time you either get in a car and drive or consume alcohol. I will have a hearing. If they prove it to me, I will slap you with 180 days. And if you continue to consume alcohol, I will put you in a rehab facility. If I find that you drive a car, then I'll put you in jail for up to 6 months every time you drive. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Don't send him down, please, because I'm going to need him to sign a whole host of conditions. So we need to do a guardian interlock order, please.
Your Honor.
Page 24.
Good morning, Mr. Rodriguez Cavazos.
Good morning, sir.
So you're charged with possession of a controlled substance. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you. I see that you are on probation for a felony DWI. And as it looks like that's in warrant status, you're being held at no bond on that case, and now you've picked up this case. So
Looks like on they filed a motion to revoke probation.
how long ago? Has it been open for a while?
On the 17th, so just 2 days ago.
Okay, so we're gonna do probable cause. Like I said, please don't say anything, sir.
Please, Judge.
Okay.
On September 11, 2024, officers observed the defendant's vehicle traveling at the 6,000 block of South Highway 225 in Harris County, Texas.
All right, guys, we all got a new homework assignment. Please. I don't even care if I'm the only one who does it, but please. Oh, this part's really going to tick Fozzie off. Don't worry. He'll breathe through it and get over it. Try to get to a bar in the next couple of days if you can drink. If you don't drink, don't go to the bar. I mean, look, I'm just a stupid person on the internet. So don't blame me if you make a bad decision. So try to go to a bar in the next couple of days and take a little video of you drinking a beer saying to Fozzie and post it in general in Discord. Like over the next 2 or 3 days, let's just do Fozzie drinks in general in Discord.
Without front license plate. A traffic stop was initiated. The officers made contact with the defendant, the driver, and sole occupant of the vehicle, and observed the defendant to be extremely nervous and to begin looking for something inside the vehicle, opening the center armrest container. Officers observed a glass bottle recognized as Xanax. The defendant stated he was not prescribed medications, admitted the bottle to be filled with Xanax, and that the bottle belonged to him. The officer retrieved the bottle and observed 3 white in color rectangular pills recognized as Xanax based on training experience. The weight was 0.76 grams. The defendant was identified with his Texas ID.
Look, he didn't even say GER to that.
Mr. Cavazos.
Yes, sir.
Find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. Every single criminal case that you have in here, and the reason that you're constantly locked up in custody, in and out of jail since 2015 is because one reason and one reason only. Why is that reason?
No self-control. Come on. No self-control.
Sir, honestly,
Just, there's one reason why you keep going to jail. Why is that reason?
Police are against him.
I don't
It's
know,
his
sir,
mom's
to
fault.
be honest.
You keep getting into a car when judges repeatedly tell you not to get into a car. And
Judge,
you get into a
disappointed
car
me.
over and over and over and
Please,
over
sir.
again. And at some point, you're going to get the hint that we don't want you in a car. They gave you a PR bond in this case now for $100.
Hey, there we go. I paused it because something hiccuped. But we're okay. And Bren, that's hilarious.
So much as even step into a car, I will have a contempt hearing. You'll be facing an additional 6 months in jail and a $500 fine every time you get into a car. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Over and over and over and over. And if you get into a car multiple times, I can have multiple contempt hearings and I can stack it. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
It's great that we know what that looks like when he does.
This is a court order. This is an affidavit that you're going to sign and promise to me today that you're not going to drive a vehicle, that you're not to drive any vehicle without a Texas driver license, liability insurance, and you're supposed to have an ignition interlock. In the motion to revoke probation here, the first and foremost thing we're supposed to do is get an interlock, and they're alleging you haven't gotten an interlock, that you failed to blow, just consuming alcohol, marijuana, and now this new case. You know
JoJo
what's
saves
expected.
lives all the
I'm
time.
taking you into custody now.
JoJo's a
We're not
hero.
giving you a PR bond. Do you understand? I will appoint your lawyer today, and then I'll have you talk to lawyer, and then we'll go from there.
Thank you, sir.
Stephen, I need him to, please.
YouTube doesn't spam me with ads because I got premium and I love premium. I love it. You know what else I love? It's almost Christmas, guys, and I want you to think about a Christmas present. It's really, really, really good Christmas present. I'm just telling you, it's not that expensive, and I don't know where you get them, so Google it. My daughter got me this ornament. Okay, it's an ornament, but if you look at it in a light in the center, that's my dad's picture in there. My dad's picture is right in the center of the ornament. And like, I don't know how many years ago she got me this ornament, but it's right here. It's always right here. So if you want to know what to get someone for Christmas, get them this ornament. You could even have my dad's picture if you want. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
I'll never get rid of it.
So on Rodriguez Cavazos. No, let me think about it.
So, is that Connor? No. Is that Connor? He just walked over there. Do they stand in line over here and wait their turn? Or is he just talking to the prosecutors? I wonder, we have to pay attention more to where the attorneys go, because they all come from over here. Do they stand in line and wait? No, you don't have to send me a Christmas present. Red shirt. Good idea. Good choice, sir.
You've been doing good. How old are your kids?
My oldest is 5, gonna be 6 next month, and then I have a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old.
Okay, you've got a lot of young kids in the house, so times can get very stressful. Be careful. You got to understand that those kids are going to be exactly like you. The apple never falls far from the tree. So if you act a certain way, if you start yelling at a significant other, you start beating, you start doing anything like that, they're going to be the exact same way. And if your child now, if you're not nice now, and if you're not loving and nurturing to your kid now, when they get to be teenagers, they're going to make your life a living hell. It really, really sucks having a teenager that's out of control. If you take care of it now, you show them love, show them respect, show them what a good person is. That's how they're going to turn into. I'm warning you, I've seen so many kids here just go out of control and they're using all kinds of drugs, and it's your life is never going to be the same. What you do now will carry over for the next 18 years. So that's why be careful. I see that you're starting to recognize it, and that's great. That's what we want. We want you to recognize, we want you to see that
Venus,
your
is that
behavior
Chatora?
impacts
Chatora?
everyone around you, not
It's hard
just
to
you,
talk
not
when the
just the
judge
wife.
is talking in my ear. Is that Chatora? Yeah. Venus, is that her?
Not a girlfriend. Most important, the kids. You're doing great. Just keep it up. That's all we're asking you to do, right? I'm going to drug test you one more time. So be ready. You're doing great. And I want you to keep it up, right? But I want you to know that at least one more time between now and October 14th, you're gonna get called. As long as you're good, then we're all happy. All right?
Can I get one every month? I don't know.
No. Let's not really. You're doing great as it. Just keep up the good work. Okay. All right, man. You got it. Make me proud.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no driving.
Is it 10-year-old?
It's gonna be, you know what? It's gonna be the same thing for both kids. So scram on one ankle. GPS on the other. Both have a curfew 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. Both no driving. No weapons. Nothing. Yeah, no alcohol, no drugs, right?
Exact same.
Yeah, and then wait the fees. Okay. Thanks.
GPS price release.
Both.
But think about it.
I know. Both, yeah, both of them, and then scram one day after they get released. Thank you. You said Martinez, Hernandez, Lopez, the other one.
It sounds like I don't want one.
Good morning, Mr. Lopez. Mr. Lopez, you're charged with criminal trespass. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine.
Yes, Terry, we heard that's
We're going to do
awful.
probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir.
On September 12, 2024, officer was dispatched to a trespassing call at 2621 Village in Harris County, Texas. Dispatch advised the officer that the complaining witness wanted the officers to speak with her daughter regarding wanting her daughter and her daughter's boyfriend to leave the location. Based on an incident that occurred on September 8, 2024, complaining witness advised that she did not want the defendant at her home because he gets drunk and causes disturbances, one in which resulted in her phone being damaged. A no trespassing affidavit was filed. On the date of the incident, officers arrived on the scene and observed the defendant sitting on the couch along with the complaining witness's daughter, talking and laughing.
So it's at the house.
Yes.
Who's the daughter?
Daughter. It does not say, Your Honor.
Mr. Lopez, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. How old are you, sir?
21.
You do for a living?
¿A qué se dedica?
No, no me trabajando en los árboles.
Cutting, cortando árboles, cutting art trees.
Are you a citizen of the United States?
He goes with you. Horrible. The horror.
Are you in this country with or without permission?
Without permission.
Are you familiar with what happens if you go to jail? If you go to jail, what is going to happen to
Go
you?
today.
I don't know.
Think about it.
¿Quién va a ir a pasar por mí?
Like, who will come for me?
Right.
I love her.
Correcto.
I love her.
My mother.
Who is going to come knocking on your door when you're in jail?
You keep on knocking, but you can't come in.
Brother.
No. Immigration, Mr. Lopez. When you're in custody and you're not in this country with permission, immigration will grab a hold of you and you will be stuck in custody until the cases are over with. And then they will ship you to immigration and then they'll deport you. Do you understand?
Yes.
That will take 9 months to happen. You will sit in custody for that entire time.
Harris County, Texas.
I'm putting conditions on your bond now. If you violate these conditions, I'm going to put you in jail. You won't get any more PR bonds.
I'm taking my
So if you don't
kitty
have
in
anyone to
Monday.
get you out within 4 hours, you will be stuck like Chuck in jail until these cases are over with, and then you'll be shipped off to immigration. So do not violate these conditions. I'm ordering you now as a condition of your bond not to go back to this apartment complex. Do you understand?
Yes.
I am also ordering you not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs. If I find that you're consuming alcohol and I don't care where from, likewise, I will put you in jail. Do you understand?
Yes.
How much money do you make sir, per month?
Al día nomás son 140.
A day? It's 140 a day.
$140 a day you make?
Gana 140 al día.
You need to hire your own lawyer then. You make enough money that you're able to hire your own lawyer if you're making that much money a day.
Está ganando esa cantidad.
We are going to reset your case to give you time to hire a lawyer. It is your responsibility to start searching through the internet and other periodicals to see and find yourself a lawyer. Do you understand, sir?
Yes.
I'm absolutely serious when I mean no alcohol, Mr. Lopez. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or any kind of drugs, I'm going to put you in jail.
Oh yeah, it
You
doesn't
will
have
not
horses
get
and
any more
buggies.
warnings from me. So
Mine
heed it.
does.
Do what you will with it. I will have you go to Victoria, sign a reset. After that,
Which
I'm
is
going to
in
get you to
Pennsylvania.
Rachel, who will give you your bond conditions, and after that, you'll be free to go. When you come back, please have a lawyer, sir. So, Rachel, I'm not doing no contact with, I guess, the girlfriend, because that's not us to say, but she doesn't want to back at the apartment complex, so you just can't go back. Do you need it? You got it? Okay.
The arraignment is as long as the night in jail, though. 'Cause they
Lonnie, I'm
talk
gonna send her
about
for a drug
well.
test right now. I'd like to send her for a test right now. Lonnie, please. Hold on, we gotta do the order. Good morning, Mr. Nemo. I'm not happy with you, and I'm gonna tell you now that you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. Otherwise, you'd be out of this and it would have already been dismissed. So I don't care if they're recommending an extension or not. What I want to know is how well you've been doing, whether you've done anything at all, whether you've had violations, and it's whether we go forward, it depends on all that. Depends on how you've done it. If you're not taking this seriously, then I'm not going to go forward with it. That's it.
Okay, so, they submitted a violation report on September 10th, because the client has to enroll in T4C. They had him placed in a T4C class with Harris County, but they had him placed in a Spanish teacher one, so they removed him from the program on 9/9. His PTI was supposed to end on October 18th, so they're asking for an extension for him to complete T4C. He's currently enrolled with Discover and Recovery. He enrolled on September 16th, and classes are supposed to start October 21st.
Any violations
No
as far as,
violations, and he's completed the vision check down on all of the classes.
so DWI has been done as well? No positive UAs?
No positive UAs and no issues with the device.
Okay, all right.
It was because he got put in the Spanish class, and they had taken him out, and then when they had to reassign him, the only thing is I don't know why, but he's not able to start, even though he's already signed up for it, he's not even able to start until October 21st. I think it's because the classes are really full. I'm not 100% sure that's what it is. They didn't explain it to me.
So we can't even get into anything.
Not yet. And with that class starting on October 21st, it's gonna end on November 15th.
Okay, so I'd like to do something in between to make sure that he's doing correct or that he's doing fine. And at that, if he's, when we come back the next setting, if he's doing fine, then we'll extend him out
Oh,
to
yeah,
beyond the finish date.
I'd like to do this since she says it'll be done on November 15th, even though they're asking me to extend till May. Bring us back towards the end of November, beginning of December, and if it's, or whatever you want.
No, but
Halfway just to make sure he's in compliance.
Right.
And
right, but if they're wanting him to extend to next,
Yeah, for some reason, they want to extend it till May. I don't know why. They haven't explained anything.
next May, holy moly, that's like.
I don't know why, because this is the only thing that
Pavel.
has left to do. Yes, sir.
So this is Mr. Nemo, and who's the one who recommends the extension and how long with you guys? Is it Brenda or is it?
No. She just makes the contract. It's I believe it's either the T-Rise folks, but there's some people that are constantly monitoring.
Because they're saying it's an extension
Yes,
to May of next year.
I generally go with their recommendations because their timing gets to what's appropriate for what you get. That's usually that I trust their judgment on that.
Honestly, that's the only thing he has.
So he was supposed to do a thinking for a change. They put him in the wrong class. They put him in a Spanish class. And so because obviously can't do the Spanish class.
That's why it took so long. They put him in.
I had to switch offices because she just wouldn't respond to my emails or do what I asked.
Really?
So, yeah.
This was something that he did
This
come to me
was-
about because. Oh, no,
So let's do this. Let's do this. I'm okay with it. Okay. Going till May and then, but I have to make sure that they're okay with it too.
Yeah, well,
Because it's ultimately, it's them, they're the ones that file the nolly, not me.
Because as soon as he gets done with this class, I'm gonna ask them to.
So, but have Pavel put the notes in there. So if you can just talk to Pavel, make sure that they're on board with November, and I am too.
Yeah,
know,
okay.
just make sure that they are, give him the circumstances of what happened with them the 2 times, and then we'll go. And then if you're okay with it, I'm okay with it. And let's pick a date between now and November 15th, at least one time where we come back,
It is
just make
now.
sure he's in compliance, and then we're
Yeah, no
happy.
worries. I mean, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
okay.
We'll take care of it.
For sure.
Put you down, Mike.
This way, sir.
Thank you.
Thanks. Take care.
Mr. Martin, your honor, for a plea.
Hey, Mr. Martin.
Good morning, sir. But all the way up.
Okay, so we're going on which one?
Morgan on the 156. Payment ID, I don't know if most of them are.
So we're, everything else is being dismissed?
One is, he's pleading to the AFM and.
Okay. Got it. Okay, all right, Mr. Martin, you're charged with assault of a family member, evading arrest or detention, aggregate theft, and failure to identify oneself while you're a fugitive from justice. So on all those, you're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You have worked out an agreement on the assault of a family member and on the failure to ID.
I haven't received it. We can- Yeah.
Well, we can do it and then we'll get the paperwork after that. Did you file paperwork on the assault?
Yes, there's paperwork filed.
What kind of time are we looking at? What do you guys want?
It's time served on both, the AFM and the.
What did you write it up for as far as time wise? 30, 20? Do you remember?
It's like 123
Yes.
in one case, like
Even if it
140.
was
On the assault,
physically
123,
possible, they couldn't.
and on the failure to ID, it is 117.
Okay. So, Mr. Martin, like I said, you've worked out an agreement on both of those cases. You need to be really, really aware of what's going on in the assault case, because that one carries what's called an affirmative finding of family violence. What that means is that you ever pick up another one of these cases like this again, and it doesn't matter what you think is, assaultive, merely grabbing someone's arm and squeezing enough is enough to file additional charges. And now you'll be looking at up to 10 years in prison, a minimum of 2, up to 10. Have you been to prison before? Great. Now you're looking at a 15 to life. How many times you been to prison? Great. Now you're a true habitual, 25 to life. You pick up a serious felony. Think about that next time you're out there in the free world. How's prison? It's fun? You sure?
Poor granny, my foot.
You're the one that holds these keys, man.
Oh
All
my
and
God.
everything here,
Wanda?
self-control.
No, Judge,
As
no.
part of the agreement to
You don't get to say self-control now. You missed it. I'm not mad at you, Judge. I am just very disappointed.
2 cases are going to be dismissed, the evading arrest, the aggregate theft are being dismissed. You give up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers, right to be arraigned, charged directly in court. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. So once you accept this agreement, there's no turning back. This is what you want to do. So how do you plead to the offense of assault of a family member? And the failure to ID, same thing?
Same thing, sir.
You can never own a gun or ammunition as a result of this plea bargain agreement as well.
I love
understand?
Goldberg.
All right, guys,
Love.
good luck.
The
Thanks.
payment ID has the next one.
Wait, which one has the enhancement?
Payment ID.
Just abandon it. All right, good luck. Thanks.
Yes.
We need them to sign. Thank you. Hey,
She only used
Here,
one
Mr.
word.
Romero, who's in
That
custody.
sheriff.
His mom and dad are in the audience today.
so sorry about yesterday. My kid got sick and I didn't have anyone to,
It's understood.
Now, the other hiccup is we've been trying to locate Mr. Romero.
No, you don't have them.
He was extremely late coming up yesterday, but we've been having that hiccup and we've been calling around all morning trying to locate.
Okay. I'm gonna get him.
Okay.
Just give me a little time. I'm
That
sorry.
matter.
And
Don't
if he's
worry.
unable to, I'll call
Sorry.
administration to
Like,
see what we can do.
Threw
Try to
letters
get
at
it.
the wall and said that's the word.
Do you want the credit?
Yeah, I need, because I wasn't able to write it down.
That's what I meant. Yep. It's like mustard after a meal.
Wait, on the second one, since you said it was abandoned, wouldn't
Whose
that
dress? Did
reduce
I
it?
messy dress?
No, no.
You
And in
shush.
fact, because here on this one, no, he would still, he's okay. It would make it a 90-day minimum, but it doesn't take away from the time.
Maybe you can sign this one, this is the one you coming from yesterday to do it.
Hey, Ben.
Can I have Mr. Correa on your docket, Saul Correa?
Because people accuse me of talking to
And
myself.
he is set to plea today, Your Honor, but day before yesterday, he had emergency gallbladder surgery.
About to turn
As
off
of
my
this morning,
chat.
he still has not been
Turn it
released from the
off.
hospital.
Do you have proof?
Yes, well, I emailed with his registration number and that's true. I've got documentation.
I mean,
I can show the court.
okay, as long as you can show me that he's actually in there, I'm okay with it.
I'll pull it up right now. I've got
for sure. And then Val, how long do you want to set it out anyways?
You know, Judge, I don't know. I can't imagine more than a week. He should be released soon because like say it's just gallbladder surgery, but I don't know how serious that is. I'm expecting that he should be released today or tomorrow. So
yeah, just show me that he's actually in.
I'm gonna pull it for you.
Someone sent Fozzie some Hershey Kisses. He needs some chocolate. TJ, I would make it bigger, but everybody would yell at me in my comments. Trust me, I tried once.
I bet I actually took a picture of him.
Another example of a jumper.
But it's still just weed. Okay. So have you done, what have you done as far as GED? Shh. What school?
Houston Can Academy.
Wonderful. Are you actually attending or
No, they moved me.
Order in the court. Start when?
Which is October.
You can't bastardize a Hershey Kiss. It's delicious chocolate from Hershey, Pennsylvania.
Okay. Is that the first day of classes? Okay. I'm gonna write that down because I'm gonna bring you back between now and, well, I'm gonna bring you back closer then to test you again. Make sure you're not still smoking, but I want you to start. You have to get your high school diploma. Do you understand? It's extremely important. You know, the thing is in life, you never want to have to rely on a man. Men are terrible. They lie, they cheat, they steal, they're awful. You need to be able to, you need to rely on yourself for money so that you have a job, so you don't ever have to rely on a man. My girl is 13, or I'm sorry, she's what, 12 years old, and I'm teaching her that she needs to work, go to school, and have a great job so she never has to rely on a man. If he's there
Amen,
doing something he
sister.
shouldn't, he takes off, and then she's stuck having to get a job at Burger King. That's not life. And it starts with a high school education. All right? Okay. All right, Hunter, we'll see you in a couple weeks. Thank you, Judge. Thanks, man.
Yes, Brick, we saw that. It's so sad. What's that? Did something exciting just happen with Steven? Or was it nothing? Is the subway guy back
guys.
there?
Hey. What's going on?
Just here on a walkthrough.
Ready when you are.
Okay. Cause number 252-7933.
Okay. Is it Geenan?
Yes.
Right?
Geenan, yes.
Geenan? Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
Kevin Geenan, come up.
I have Burns.
Around the way.
I have Burns there somewhere.
Here's your PSR.
Thanks. Yes, because he's got two open, very serious felonies. I mean, Mr. Geenan, you stand charged with interference with emergency request for assistance.
Yes, sir.
You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. This year's not been a very good year for you, man.
No, sir.
You now stand, you also have two open aggravated assaults against a public servant. All right.
August 18, 2024, in Harris County, Texas, officers responded to a disturbance in the 19400 block in 45 freeway. Officers came into contact with the complaining witness and learned that the complaining witness' boyfriend interfered with the complaining witness's ability to call 911 during an argument. The complaining witness stated that she and the defendant were arguing about relationship issues, and the complaining witness is 3 months pregnant. The defendant was driving the complaining witness's car during the argument, and at some point, they pulled over at the residence. The complaining witness asked the defendant to exit the vehicle before she called 911. The defendant refused to exit the vehicle and grabbed her phone and began to dial 911. Where the CW began to dial 911, that's when the defendant reached over and took the complainant's phone. While doing so, the defendant disconnected the 911 call. The complainant then grabbed the defendant's phone and dialed 911. The defendant then removed the complainant's car keys from the ignition, threw the complainant's phone and keys away from her, and walked away from the scene prior to the officer's arrival. Upon reviewing the 911 call, the officer could observe the complainant yelling, "Stop!" and also hear a struggle while the complainant said, "Let me go, Kevin. Oh my God, what is wrong?" The phone line stayed open for approximately 14 seconds longer. The second call begins with the complainant crying, hyperventilating, and stating that she got into an argument with her boyfriend. The complainant then stated that the defendant put her hands on her when she took his phone to call the police.
What happened with the aggravated assaults? And I guess my other question, any alcohol or dope in this one here?
There's no allegations in this current case. And the aggravated assaults, they're still pending, Your Honor.
Sure. How bad? Are we talking, did he shoot someone, point a gun?
I can briefly tell you on Your Honor.
Yeah. You're representing him upstairs?
Yes.
Great.
And it was basically two officers that were directing traffic off duty. He didn't see them as he lives near a mosque and there was all this traffic and he laid on the horn and then the guy like grabbed the door to open it and then he drove on it. And then, so one guy's claims his hand was hurt and then another officer stepped in front of him and he said he bumped
Hit
his
the
leg.
officer.
What he claims. But
Any injuries?
No.
Mr. Geenan, I'm going to find Mr. Geenan, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm now setting your bond at 5,000. So what about the relationship now? You know, at the end of the day, you need to distance yourself from anyone and everyone in your life that could potentially put you in jail. Because just listen, you know, if it's the type of relationship that you're constantly butting heads like two billy goats, it's probably best to get away, especially being that she's pregnant. She's hormonal. She's going to be moody. You know, she needs help. Her feet swell. you know, and at times will be extremely stressful. If you're the type of person that loses it and just can't, then don't. Because you're the one that's gonna end up in custody. Your bonds are $70,000 now. You violate these conditions, you're gonna end up with a $500,000 bond.
I will say he's in counseling, Your Honor. We're gonna make some changes.
I think that's a great thing. If you truly are, the idea is, and I'll tell you that I would say 90% of the jail population in custody now are there because they have no self-control. They just wig out, flip out, and do whatever without thinking of consequence. And that's why I'm there. If you have any clue what they would do to you in prison, take a guess. You'll be someone's bitch real quick. Really. It's not fun. And I'm telling you, I've read stuff that turned me white. It was as bad. It had me in damn near tears because it's so bad.
Yes, sir.
In prison. And you? Mm-mm. So, state, as far as contact with the complaining witness, what do you guys, have you been able to rip? Do we know that she wants to have contact? I want to honor her with, until I know that she wants to have contact with them, I'm going to order no contact because I don't know what she wants and I want to honor her wishes. I want you to know that I am entering in what's called a protective order, if there's not one in now. Let me see. This is a protective order that identifies, is it Evadne? Is that right? Evadne DeCruz as a protected individual. You cannot commit family violence or an assault against this person. Commit an act in furtherance of an offense under section 42.072 of the Texas Penal Code, which is the stalking statute. You cannot threaten, harass, use another person to communicate a threat or harassing behavior. You cannot go within 200 feet of where she lives or where she works. This, if you violate this.
Linus, I have an ignorant American question. You know how Americans are ignorant about anything outside of America. If someone from Sugar, where was he? Oh no, it was on the tip of my Finland. If someone from Finland came in this chat, would you guys speak similar languages or not at all? Not similar languages. Because someone from Finland came into my bar 2 nights ago, and then I was unduly mad at you because I had nothing to say to him. I wanted to say hi or the mustard is on the wall or whatever, and I didn't learn anything from you yet. So I was like, damn it, Linus, why don't you teach me how to say hi coolly, like real cool? No, but okay, probably. But do they also? Not at all. Okay. 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 Look, Americans know more than me. Look at that. Gotcha.
They will file an additional charge against you. So be very careful. I want to know what she wants. So if you guys can get the phone number to them and they can get the rip done, then we can modify these conditions today and I'm happy to do it. Just
understood.
As it stands now, the only way we're going to release him is you have a bonding company here now?
Yes, they're on their way.
Okay, so you're gonna stay with us until we know that bonding company comes and then we'll have you sign conditions. Okay, I'm ordering you now, don't consume alcohol or drugs. I'm gonna randomly test you. If I find that you use any kind of alcohol or dope, I'm gonna put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds from me. Do you understand?
Sure.
Okay, guys.
Is it okay if you sit in?
Yes, we'll have him sit in the jury box now. And then just, if you can get.
I will.
Yeah, I know, I got you. Thanks.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you. Okay, you just had a seat in the jury box.
5,000. Alan. Hey.
How you doing, sir?
Good morning, sir.
I'm sure I said
Good to have
hello,
you.
so I'm good.
Jaquan Devereaux?
Devereaux.
Yes, sir.
So, Mr. Devereaux, you're charged with failure to identify oneself while being a fugitive from justice. You're also charged with burglary of a motor vehicle. You're facing on both of those a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. Alan, what are we doing today?
We are dispensing the burglary and pleading on the failure to identify for 3 days.
Wow, that's a heck of a deal. Why would we take this? I mean, just,
We are so close.
you don't show
John.
up to court. You
No,
pick
no.
up a burglar of a motor vehicle, you
Going
try
back
to
to sleep.
evade from the laws when they get you, and now we're just gonna release you back into the public so you can go and wreak havoc again?
No, sir.
I would say it in the best accent.
Why?
Oh yeah, I need to.
Why would we take this? You have a Briar BMV not even a year ago, man. Now you stand charged with it again, they're gonna dismiss it.
Yes,
How do I know my county's protected from you?
I'm sorry, sir, but
Blah, blah, blah.
I'm trying, right now, I'm trying to work and I'm trying to go to school.
Uh-huh, I believe that.
I am.
I believe that like I have hair.
I understand, sir. I understand. Understand.
What do you do with yourself? Are you homeless?
Yes, sir.
No. We're releasing him back on the street
If we,
to do no good.
No,
Are you-
no,
have
currently
services?
staying with no, I'm not, no, sir, I'm not homeless, but I don't have my own house, no. But I am staying with somebody, and my uncle, he stays in 5203 Caldera Court.
I don't know, Mr. Devereaux. All I know is that you keep picking cases up. You have a theft from a person not 2 months ago. Now we're pleading you to get you out.
Can we at least, contact the uncle? Please, sir.
If it is a viable place where he could stay, as far as he does have a place to go.
Down with that. I'm not releasing you to the street where you're gonna be up to no good doing nothing, and then you're gonna end up, either robbing someone else or end up with a 25-year sentence, Mr. Devereaux. It's setting you up to fail.
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
I'm not doing it.
Yes, I do. Sir, I promise.
I want you to understand.
I understand, sir.
I want what's best for you.
Understand,
And what
sir.
you've been doing the last 5 months is nothing but shooting yourself in the foot. And if we let you out on the street, same thing's gonna happen again.
No, it's
And
not,
I'm
sir.
not done with that.
No, it's not, sir. No, it's not. I promise.
Good, I believe you.
Promise.
So see if you can find that we have a place for him to go to that's gonna actually take him in,
I do.
show him some.
I do, sir. I do.
I'm gonna find out. Okay, Alan, we can do this a little bit later, but I'm not just releasing him to the street. Hey,
Hey, Judge. You're right, Eric Thomas. He's a PTI violation.
Mr. Thomas here?
He's not. He's in Dallas and he was not able to get back. We've got it worked out. So I was gonna ask if you'd set him for bond forfeiture like Monday, and we plead him that day.
Was he supposed to be here today?
Supposed to be here. Yeah. Yeah. He's not gonna be here Friday either. He can't make it until.
What is he doing in Dallas?
He works there, Judge. He moved. That's part of what happened to him. He moved in the middle of the PTI. And so we set it for bond forfeiture Monday. The whole thing will get worked out and he can get back then.
Hey, Shatoria, did Mr. Thomas do anything? Eric Thomas?
We'll look it up when he got on. He entered in November, Judge.
Yeah. I'm just curious if he's done anything, if he's done nothing, if he's done nothing, then.
It looks like he was, completed the victim impact panel, completed SOP. They placed him on a zero tolerance because he had continued violations on his device. He enrolled in IOP and he still violated, so that's why they don't have it.
So he's out.
Yeah, they've completely removed him from the program.
Okay. SFBF Monday. If he's not here Monday, then I issue a warrant.
It's worked out. It'll get done Monday.
Is it, he's just gonna take the what time, sir? Okay, yeah. So, but let him know if he's not here Monday.
We already have, we have involved discussion.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah.
Okay, SFBF, please. Hey.
Okay, so two things. I have an update on Mr. Romero. He's in felony court. The MAJ went through.
Okay. Who else thinks that would be so funny if Bren and Fozzie actually have crossed paths years and years and years and years ago and doesn't even know it? maybe maybe they got into a fight over like a GI Joe or something many years ago, or they were like 20ish and they were both after the same girl. Maybe.
So I sent his parents upstairs to felony court to just, I guess he's gonna be arraigned upstairs or.
The tomorrow?
Um,
I don't know if we're gonna get him. What was his last name?
Romero.
I mean,
Oh, they're gonna.
They had already appointed, court appointed attorney upstairs. So as soon as they're done, theoretically, we might be able to start them before noon. Just depending on who they appointed to them and when they get there.
I don't know what's gonna happen upstairs. I mean, I will still ask them for PR bond.
Hey, Victoria, I have a question for you. And you don't have to answer this. When she's saying now they're going upstairs. Hold on, I should bring a list up. If I'm going to ask you a question, I should at least show you what I'm trying to say. When they say they're going upstairs, do they mean one of these rooms? 10, 11, 12. So you're in courtroom 5, you're on the 9th floor. Upstairs, I don't think so. Because like Raul and Juanita, they both do like first appearances like Judge Fleischer, not really trials that I saw. So are these people upstairs or is this upstairs or is this across town? Hold on. It's loading. There we go. So would any of these be upstairs? That they're talking about when they're talking to Judge Fleischer about going upstairs. Yeah, felony, I get that. Felony courts and trials. Would that be a district court like this? Or is it more like not these though? It wouldn't be these, right? Do you have a number of one upstairs court? A number, a name? If you can't answer that, that is perfectly fine. I'm just curious. So I'm asking.
I just don't know what.
do you want to bring mom and dad, mom up?
I sent them upstairs.
Oh, you did? Okay, that's all right. No, don't. I was gonna explain to them what happened. That's fine.
Okay.
But if they're upstairs, then they're upstairs.
Okay. And I did.
Do you want to wait till later today? Do you want to roll to tomorrow? You
I'll
tell
be
me.
here. I'm in the court today, so I'll be here.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, let's just hang for a while and see if we can get, since they're here already, I don't want to, you
Yeah, I'll
know.
be here.
Yeah, okay.
Call the bailiff back and ask them as soon as they're done, send them down the elevator.
Thanks. Okay, thanks, Jillian.
And then I have Mr. Edinburgh back on docket.
You know the name of one courtroom, any courtroom that's upstairs. When they're talking about upstairs, or a judge, any judge, one judge. Just give me one judge, and I'll find the rest.
This was the 12th.
Or a court reporter, or a court coordinator.
So we don't have any clarity on those other issues that he had. I know he has a VPO in Collin County. The only information I found out is that they don't know what protective order that he actually violated. It could possibly be one in Louisiana.
I need you on this real quick, guys. So.
But it is pending.
So this is a case where he took off for many years. He did some stuff But the crux of the issue is that while he's on probation here, he picks up quite a number of cases in other states, in other counties.
So there's one arrest that appears to be in Louisiana that may or may not be pending, and one in Collin County.
Judge,
And that's it.
He has stuff that's pending too.
pending in Palm County, it's very, very recent. It was from August 22 of this year, so it was just last month. The charges from Louisiana, he has a few bench warrants from there on domestic battery.
So he continues to pick up these domestic violence cases when he's on probation for an assault.
Louisiana from Baton Rouge on July 8th, 2022, for domestic abuse battery. Now it's a felony according to
upstairs, guys.
Not history, but the disposition or severity, it's all unknown.
So if there are bench warrants from Louisiana, it's all based on that one case, because they don't like arrest people, they issue a summons, even when you have court, they don't give you your court date immediately, they serve you with court dates.
But it keeps happening, Chilling. It's like the other case. after the other.
It's one case in Louisiana, just one.
And he has one here in Collin County.
On the case also from Louisiana in 2023.
So I think it's still based on that same one case.
So he gives it
to
Victoria, I'm so sorry, but he doesn't live stream. But I found what I needed. All I'm saying is I can't get Michael's case because he doesn't live stream.
And yes, from there as well.
What's the question?
I don't know. I'm moving on.
Can you get JNSs on that? So we can see whether he violated. Good morning, ma'am. Ma'am, you've been given a great deal where if you complete this batter's intervention prevention program, they will dismiss your case. I'm going to tell you now, it's not an easy thing to do. You must attend once a week for 18 weeks. And if you do it and you successfully complete it, they'll dismiss your case. I'm going to tell you now, every person that we put in there, I'd say 1 out of 10
I have a list
actually
of
are
which
able to
ones do.
complete
Don't
it.
worry.
So
Now that
we
you
will
gave me that one name.
micromanage just to make sure that you get it done. So what I want to do is we'll set your case off for a couple weeks to make sure that you're enrolled, have at least one class done. If you have that done, after that point, we'll set you off for 5 weeks, and then we'll set you off in 5-week increments for it to be done. Your case is now 180 days old, though. So I want you to understand that if you fail to go, if you get kicked out.
Quit hogging Melissa. You get her all the time. Sweetie. We're obsessed too, you know.
All bets are off, and I will immediately set your case for trial.
Yes.
You understand that?
Probably did.
Okay, good luck. Thanks, guys.
I have a diaper on like an adult.
Hey, what's going on?
I have an arraignment on the docket tomorrow, but my child has a function at her school.
You'll bring him in today?
Well, no, they're not here today. I was hoping to bring him in next week. I can't be here and it's our first appearance.
Can you zoom in? What kind of case is it?
So
Daily?
paper plate registration, tampering with evidence.
Okay.
My first.
You want to do Monday?
Yes.
Okay, I'm down with it.
Thank you, Jeff.
If it was a DW, I was gonna say no, but in that case, I'm okay with it. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, for sure. Hey.
We were able to talk to the complainant. She doesn't want no contact, but we said no threatening or harassing communication.
I'll advise him as such. Do, and then the MOAP, she's okay with him going home
She's okay with contact, yes.
and going to the house?
She's in the process of moving, so I don't know.
She's in the process of moving back to Maryland, so she just said that she wants to keep contact with him.
You know that she's moving back to Maryland, huh? Without him, I would assume, right? Okay.
No threatening or
Not my
harassing.
bar. My bar
Yeah.
has
All right,
good
come up,
beer.
sir. Come up.
Stouts and porters and
God, that's gonna be
IPAs,
just now a big point of
wheats,
contention now. That's gonna be
Belgian.
such a big headache.
Check.
You know, I'm assuming you're not gonna get married to this person, right?
I'm sorry?
You're not gonna get married to this person. Guys, keep it down.
That's the plan, yes.
Well, she's moving back to Maryland.
Yeah, while she's pregnant.
Are you going or are you staying?
I'm staying for now to continue to work down here. I'll be visiting probably around Thanksgiving.
Sure.
Yes, sir.
That's gonna just add to the stress as well. So just take that under notice. So any stressful type of situations, you need to find another release.
Yes, sir.
All right. I am ordering you now as a condition not to have any threatening or harassing contact. You need to understand what is threatening or harassing. Doesn't matter what you think. I could give a rat's behind what you think, what you care about. It's how she perceives. So can conduct alone, if I go like this, is that threatening, harassing? It is. So be careful because it's not what you think. It's how she perceives. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
She holds the card to his freedom, essentially.
You do. You do.
Correct.
How on earth can you let another person make you so mad that you're going to chance going to prison? It makes no sense. Don't let someone get under your skin that much. There's 15 gajillion fish in the sea. If it's not the right one, move on. It's not a big deal. And chances are, if she's trying to make you mad, if you turn around and walk away and act calm, cool, and collected, chances are you'll make that other person so much more angry by being the grown up and walking and moving on. That's maturity. That's life. All right. Thanks.
Thank you.
If I get Lois,
Hey, come on. I'm ready when you are.
I'm gonna make that one. That's for him.
You don't need to translate?
We need to talk to Pavel about his posture while he's walking.
Good morning, Mr. Spears. So you're charged with making a firearm accessible to a child. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement where they're offering you an 18-month deferred. This is a type of probation that if you complete it successfully, you do not end up with a conviction on your record.
But we
But you
can't
cannot
see
tell
you.
people it was dismissed. It was not dismissed. You just did the probation, completed it, and you don't end up with a conviction. Big
What?
difference. For you to be able to successfully complete this, though, you must do a couple things. You must do an effective decision-making class, a gun safety class, a TRAS, which is an evaluation to see what other conditions you may need, 10 personal therapy sessions. What do you mean by 10 personal therapy sessions?
Like, just where he speaks to a therapist for about an hour.
Okay. What do you do, Mr. Spears, in life? Do you work? What do you do?
Oh, but maybe Pavel will move to the same courtroom that Logan's in, you know?
Do you have health insurance?
I think that BetterHelp will suffice too. I know BetterHelp is like an online one.
Okay, just make sure that you notate that because the probation officer is going to want guidance as far so they don't continue to fight over what he thinks versus what they think. You will forfeit the weapon that was in this case, and I'm going to tell you now, no weapons. You understand? Was a child
Yes, Judge.
deceased
Yes.
as a result of this, right? Okay. Who is Christian?
That's the mother of the child. They're still together.
Okay. No threatening or harassing, no threatening, harassing, or abusive contact with this person. The worst possible thing that you could do in this life is get a weapon. Just don't. There's no need for it. You now know, right? Kids are very crafty. They'll try to get whatever they can get their hands on. Give up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement, Mr. Spears. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront, cross-examine your accusers. If you are not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. If you complete this successfully, like I said, you don't end up with a conviction, but if you violate this agreement, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. I'm going to put you in jail. and you're looking at an entire year if you violate this. You understand? Okay. No drugs, no alcohol as well. Please make sure. How do you plead to the offense, sir? Guilty or not guilty? I will not find you guilty. I will withhold that for 18 months. So, are you married to Miss Crowell? Do y'all live together? Does she work as well?
Need a Pavel waive.
Okay. Cut the fees. Let's see how it goes. You know, I don't care about the money. I'm not interested in the money. What my interest is that you learn from this, you know, so that nothing worse even happens in the future. All right? Okay, guys, good luck.
Thank you, Alan.
Go ahead and give.
Yeah.
So it's just sometimes it shows up our culture.
Yeah.
Again, I'm gonna ask him if he needs to stay on. I'll call him up as soon as I have it. Or no, it's just a mullet.
Yeah, no threatening of that. No, I'm gonna have him monitored because I want to make sure he's not consuming.
Okay, so I can just give him a mullet.
Yeah, and that gentleman. Yeah, okay.
Mr. Edinburgh, I just talked to Bell, I returned, Bill Hawkins, there is nothing open anywhere else. It's,
Okay, I just want to make sure. I want to make sure that.
No, I just had, our big.
Yeah, I mean, there's only extra items.
Right.
There was,
Okay,
I would've
I just,
told.
you know,
There is.
better safe than sorry.
There's nothing showing, but then there is a protective
Hey,
order.
ready? Yeah, thanks. Come on. Hey,
It's an off docket plea.
I'm ready when you are. It's Lopez, right?
Yes,
Okay. Javier Lopez, you need a translator?
no, Your Honor, and he's a US citizen.
Good morning, Mr. Lopez. Mr. Lopez, you're charged with reckless driving. You're facing up to, this is not right. We need to review this. Yeah, hey, it's a reckless driving, 30-day, 500.
Record driving is 30 days. Yeah, it's one of those actually.
But it says here 2,180. That's why. You want me to mark it out?
I don't know why it's doing that, but since it's a class B, it's saying, it's just automatic.
Do you want me to mark it out and just initial it? And then I'll have them initial it as well.
Not that one. That's just a copy. We'll print it out after you take it. And you can do it.
Say it again?
Once you sign it, I'll print it out.
Okay, and then we'll do it. Okay, so I need you to initial because it's written up wrong.
I will.
I'll say after that.
Mr. Lopez, you're charged with reckless driving. I'm gonna tell you now, and I don't know if I counseled you this earlier, that legislatures have made it very, very easy for district attorneys across the state of Texas to seize cars for people who drive like boneheads out there. Reckless driving, racing, street takeovers, donuts. If you participate in one of these and multiple, I can almost guarantee you that they're gonna take, if you do this again, they will take and seize your car away from you. I have seen it time and again where people have a $50,000 car taken from them because they're on their second offense like this. Be careful. This is not the streets of Harris County. That's not where to do. Do you understand? Sure. You give up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, you can never change this. It will go on your record. That's why I'm telling you, you participate like this again, officers are gonna look you up. They're gonna see another reckless driving, and then they're gonna knock on the DA's door. Hey, man, let's take this guy's car. Do you understand? All right, sir. How do you plead? I will find you guilty. I will send you the agreement. Good luck to you, sir. Thank you, Ms. Peters.
Will the cost from?
Nope, this one, you're gonna have to pay for it. It's gotta
Or
be some kind of
carrot
consequence.
sounds really good.
Good luck. Josh. Hey, buddy.
Wallace in custody. They said for a bail review hearing.
Wallace.
So he has a $500 bond set right now. I couldn't tell if it was a surety or a PR
Let me tell
bond.
you, hold on. He's got a $500 bond. And I'm just pretty.
Does that show as a surety bond, Judge, or is it a personal bond?
Carl, where are you? Where?
Wow,
I missed Mr. Pruitt.
they did not get him a PR bond.
Is that Carl over there?
Stephen, do you mind bringing Mr. Wallace out, please? Alan, you wanna come, give me a
Does
second,
love
Judge.
orange, doesn't he?
Yes, Your Honor. So for the claim in Devereux, I wasn't able to get in contact with his uncle. I did get in contact with a close friend.
No, it's just, it's setting him up to fail.
I
You know,
understand. How do you feel about approaching
Oh, I
this matter
believe
again
you.
on
I just
Monday?
missed it.
yeah, I mean, and can you in the interim, see if there's someone else that we can find for him?
I call every single number. The closest person he had was the friend, and
I'm gonna talk to him here in a second. Let me thin out the line and I'll bring him on and I'll talk to him. Hey, Carl, ready?
Carl,
yeah.
Tell me, what you got?
Have two, please, Judge, one on Jay Riley and another on Thomas Casper. You want to do them separately?
Are they on
They're in the
bond?
audience.
Yeah, come on, let's do it. Yeah. Are you ready on both, please, for Carl? All right, bring him up.
It's Friday, right? You said right?
Yeah, Riley and Castrick. Castic, sorry. Coming up, guys.
Casper gives a probation. Riley is a, I'm
I
sorry.
missed legal
All right.
fiction all over.
Are you Mr.
again.
Castic?
Riley.
Mr. Riley. Okay, you're Mr. Castic.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so Mr. Riley, you're charged with indecent exposure. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. This is a very, very dangerous thing. You know what happens on the second one?
I do, sir.
What happens?
Registered.
For how long?
That I don't know. I'll be honest.
10 years. You will
10
have to
years, too.
register. I'm gonna tell you now. Just listen. When you have to register as a sex offender, the entire world will know about it. Not only that, but you can't go anywhere in this life, in this world, without notifying every single person. It's not a good thing.
It's not. Yes, sir.
You pick up another one, that's what you're looking at.
Yes, sir.
Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Riley, you're charged with driving while intoxicated, or Mr. Castic, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. First offense, you're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You are also facing up to 6 months in jail and a $2,000 fine. Both of you guys have worked out an agreement where you're looking at this time. However, you're working out agreements with you, Mr. Riley. It's going to go on your record. It'll be there for the rest of your life. Once it's there, you can never take it off. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Is this what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
You need to also understand from now on, you'll be facing a minimum of 30 days in jail, no matter what you pick up.
Same lawyer, maybe? I don't know.
Mr. Castic, you're pleading to this. It's 180 days in jail to be probated for 1 year. As part of the probation, you will do a DWI education class. Is this a true first or is this a
Good luck
second
with your
reduced to a
doctor.
first?
First, you did, yeah.
Okay, so you will do a DWI education class, 1 victim impact panel, no drugs, no alcohol. You will have to have a guardian interlock and 20 hours of community service. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
If you violate this probation by not doing what you're supposed to be doing, I will issue a warrant and then you will be looking at an entire 6 months in jail.
Yes, sir.
Understand?
Yes, sir.
You also need to understand that this DWI will go on your record. It will also be there for the rest of your life. If you're ever pulled over in a car, an officer is going to see that. If they see that you have alcohol in your breath, boom, into lockup you go.
No,
You're also facing a minimum of 30 days.
can't see alcohol in a breath.
in jail from now on for whatever you pick up.
Yes, sir.
Both of you guys are giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you guys are not citizens or a possible immigration consequence, you can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. So once you accept this agreement, you can never change this or undo this. As understand?
Yes, sir.
How do you plead to the offense, sir?
Guilty.
And we'll find you guilty, send you to 3 days in jail. I'll give you credit for one. Mr. Castic, 2 days. Mr. Castic, how do you plead to the offense? I will find you guilty. I will order you to undergo probation. Make sure that you show up and do what you need to do. I don't care about the money. What I care about is you showing up and learning from this so you don't get popped in the car again, because
Yes, sir.
it doesn't matter how much of the faint smell of alcohol you have.
Yes, sir.
All right. How do you plead?
Guilty.
I'll find you guilty, sentence you to the agreement. Good luck to you guys. Thank you.
Judge, on,
She wants me to waive fees on Mr. On Castic?
Yes.
What do you do for a living, Mr. Castic?
I just started working. I work maintenance for a manufacturing company.
How much money do you make a month?
I don't know. I make $18 an hour.
Okay, all right, guys, good luck.
Judge, also on Mr. Riley, he served 13 days in jail as a condition of his probation that was violent, that they filed a motion to adjudicate. I don't know if you give him credit for that or not.
He has a second case? I had no idea.
No, he had a motion to adjudicate on a felony case. He served 13 days in jail. And they reinstated his probation.
Well, it's time served on this case, right?
Yes, it's time served.
Yeah,
Okay, good enough.
yeah, he's got,
Doesn't matter.
yeah, it doesn't matter. Okay, all right, guys, that way.
Mr. Riley, this is for you.
All right, guys. We did it. We did a lot of court today. Thank that guy at the bar. You could just thank him. Idiot. Thank you so much for coming out and watching all this court today. Ending on Carl. Absolutely. Melissa and Victoria will be at work today. Yes. With Judge Fleischer. Yes. Yes. Venus will have her hammer ready. Courting is fun. Courting is fun. So I'm going to take a little nap and I will see you later, Venus. Guys, thank you so much for coming out. Thank you so much for watching that long live stream. If you did, if you're a member, I appreciate it. I do. It was fun. It was funny. And I will see you guys in a couple hours, or if you're going to bed or going to work or whatever, I'll see you tomorrow. I'll be here. Have a great day and behave.
Got these life echoes, digital dreams. Through the screen, her blue eyes gleam. Wicked humor, sharp as a knife. Her stream sparks electric light. Late night when the world sleeps, she's the friend that always keeps. Giggles roll like thunder loud. She stands out in any crowd. Kathy's laugh cuts through the gloom. Eyes blue like a summer's bloom. Her humor dark and twisted, sharp. In a way, there's no alarm. Freedom tales late into the night. Her laughter feels just right. Even when my world turns gray, with a giggle, she lights the way. Her eyes hear a sky so blue. In her jokes, there's a truth so true. With each string, she brings the light. Turns dark days into bright. Kathy's laugh cuts through the gloom. Eyes blue like a summer's moon. Her hue, a dark and twisted charm. In a way, there's no alarm. Streaming tales late into the night. Her laughter feels just right. Even when my world turns gray, with a giggle, she lights the way. Kathy's laugh cuts through the gloom. Eyes blue like a summer's bloom. Her hue, a dark and twisted charm. In a way, there's no alarm.